Oh, it's already been done. Okay.
Again? Welcome to Conversations with Vin and Sori, where we talk about anything from politics to food to religion, and we are amongst friends.
And we're awkward. Welcome to the show. Timestamps will be in the description.
Yep.
Enjoy. On air. Boop. There we go. We're good.
You gotta put live.
Oh, squid. Edit video. All right, I think we're looking good, babe.
Good.
Not updating the page.
You want to take this off? Is this okay?
Was it off or on?
It was muted, so that introduction probably wasn't even there.
All right. Hello. Can you guys hear us? The whole thing was muted the whole time. God almighty.
So,
We're so bootleg.
mm-hmm.
Hey, Leah. James Marshall. Thank you guys for hanging out.
I can see and hear loud and clear. Raw, thank you. You know that's the question we always want to know.
It's always what we want to know because we're bootleg. We're going into the podcast space too. So these shows get converted. You know, it's Juan, or I meant to say Jose. Oh gosh. Hey Juanze. What's up, Alex? So we're doing a podcast. So these things get converted into MP3 and then we shoot them up into the podcast section too. So just so you know.
How do people get to it?
Love your shirt, Vin. I appreciate it. What's new? Nothing. We had
How
a
do
really,
people
really.
get to the podcast, honey?
It's in iTunes. It's Vin and Sori. Just type Vin and Sori in iTunes. It's there.
Our names. Just look us up.
We had a really good time on the vacation. It put things in perspective for us, like what we want to do, plans, all that good jazz.
Yeah.
We told the kids when we hit 50K that we would do it, and we came through on the promise.
Yep.
I told Sori that when we hit 75, we told the kids when we hit 100 we're going back out. I told Sori when we hit 75, me and her are going out. That will shave the cost very significantly. God almighty.
And I love being with the kids, but it's just when you can just go and not have to worry about anybody and just, you know, because there's just certain things you can and can't do when you've got kids. You can't just go around the city all hours of the night and forever and ever. And
when did you guys go? We left on Saturday night?
I think so.
I listen to Dark Side of the Moon every night before I go to bed and let it play while I sleep.
It's not ice cream, it's strawberry yogurt. I'm thinking about going vegetarian for a little bit. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Dirk Diggler, what's good, buddy? Wait, where are the...
What?
Can I have a napkin?
Yeah, I got some when we were on vacation.
Talk about the
What?
vegan thing. You're on mute.
Why would I talk about... Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that because I've just been thinking about doing vegetarian, not vegan. Didn't even think of it. It had nothing to do with your thing.
Oh, good. My thing for Lindsay.
Yeah. And we're back.
I was just thinking about you guys and hear you guys live. What if I don't want to wait though? Wait for what? My condolences.
Okay.
You're akin to a cannibal if you don't go vegan. Yeah, we had that conversation a couple weeks back.
Okay.
So about that project, Hey, Ben Webb! Ben and Dirk are here, my two favorites.
The ocean is a disgusting place.
Yeah, I know.
Right, we didn't even say
Ben
anything
always
about the
has
ocean.
something positive and uplifting to say right out of the gate. All I'm waiting now...
Jay says we look relaxed and whatnot.
All I'm waiting now is Lilo to show up.
Aw,
And
Leo, you guys missed
then our
me.
life will be complete.
Did
What's
you
up,
guys
David?
do one of your girl meetings without me?
I'm new. Enjoyed your... What's up, Bacchus?
Why didn't you do natural science, Vin?
Why didn't I do natural science? Because you and Sori are the only people that asked for it.
I was a vegetarian for like 4 years, probably.
Guys, we have an amazing interview. We
Oh
just
my
got
gosh.
confirmation. Scheduled it tomorrow. It is freaking believable. It was on my bucket list, and you know what? It was so incredible that I never even
Crazy.
put it on my bucket list. And don't ask me about it. That's all I can say. And I got Jamarl. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Even on vacation, we were working. Nope, not Nergal. Not yet.
Please. I think when we get Nergal, we should just announce it.
Oh my God, Ben.
What? Oh. Oh gosh, Ben.
Tumba's in the house. What's good, Tumba?
No, you girls should meet even if I'm not there because I can't meet as often as you guys can. You guys should build those bonds.
Bacchus, I specifically said I was gonna not do any more hints.
So stop trying to
I
get us
haven't
to-
even attempted to talk to Tobias Forge, to be honest with you.
Why? Some people you have a drive to talk to.
I only have a drive to talk to Nergal. Nergal's the only person that I'm like, I have got to talk to him.
So the one tomorrow, you're not interested? You're not like...
Who? Oh, well, I just didn't think that the one tomorrow that we'd even be able to pull that off. Like, I never even
I know.
was crazy enough to put that on my
Didn't
list.
that one slide right into it? No, it slid right into our laps because somebody else put in a ton of work.
Gotta do Gideon or
Shout out
Impending
to
Doom.
Dan.
You know, Tom, I was talking to the dude from Impending Doom a couple days ago. He hit me up on Insta. He hit me up and we were talking, and like I didn't find out he was in the band till like 20 minutes into the discussion. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you know, we're in a band, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, you're in a band, that's cool. I'm like, what band? He's like, oh, we're a Christian band. Blah. I'm like, dude, you're in Impending Doom? Like, hello. Okay. What's up, Go-To Ninja?
Jay likes your shirt.
Sori, okay, so basically, until we get an actual agent, Sori is my actual agent, so she kind of tells me what I can and cannot commit to. So I really want to do the book thing, and I can't commit to it right now because my agent won't let me.
Sorry, guys.
What's up, Sydney? Thoughts on Steven Crowder?
We're heading in the right direction because I definitely think that the book thing should happen.
Thoughts on Steven Crowder? That name sounds so
Everything
familiar
in due
to me.
time.
Who is Steven Crowder? Is Steven Crowder the guy that says, you know, blah, 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 convince me otherwise or something?
Ben, that isn't being an agent, that's being married.
Will the agent let you do the call? Hey! With everything yeah, Dan, big shout out to you, my brother, for sure. Yeah, man, we were in the middle of a restaurant eating, and then the notification popped up. I'm like, are you freaking serious? Because I left him alone. Like, I didn't say anything to him. And they reached back out to us. So it's mashallah tabaraka. For sure. Louder with Crowder.
No, I'm not trying out a new chair. This is actually an antique chair that was my meme's, which is like French for grandma. Look at this. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on.
Patrick, what's good? Ainsley, what's good? Loco, what's good? Salam lech. Yeah,
It's
Loco.
a rocking chair, but it folds. See that? I had it up in here because it is more comfortable, but to be honest with you, I think it's gonna seat me too low. Maybe if Vin scoots down. I don't know. I'll try.
Goosen, somebody was asking me, this might be a sensitive subject, but somebody was asking me about what's going on in South Africa. So it's going to be a back and forth discussion. It'd be pretty cool if you were able to join that discussion. If you would email me, Matthew Winter, what's up, big guy?
No,
if you would email me, that would be cool because I'd like your perspective on it.
Leah, it's a folding chair, but it's a rocking folding chair. That's what's so interesting. See? Ta-da.
Hey, Leo, Mike.
Can you scooch down a little?
Guys, we only have an hour today. I don't like that in my knee.
What?
We only have an hour today, guys. So it'd be cool to kind of, if you guys want to chat about something, to bring up a few topics here and there. Where's the timer?
Look.
Huh?
They're like, oh, it made you shorter, but your face is hilarious. When I almost didn't put your chair down.
The grandma chair is killing me, babe.
It is?
It is killing me.
Yeah, but it's so comfortable.
Oh my god. Who does most of the cooking? Longhorn Steakhouse.
Seriously, lately, that's exactly what's been happening. I run the grill and stuff and do the cooking. I just told Vin, I'm like, I want to do more cooking, but...
What's your take on the theory that all religions are just God's message interpreted in different ways? I think that there is a ton of overlap in the majors. But I also think we had this. I had a species of this discussion last time where somebody was talking about like trying to like put the Abrahamics back together. And I think that Christianity is just so divisive that it's impossible to go there. I think that might work if you took Christianity out of the equation. Jesus says things like, if you're not with me, you're against me. If you're not gathering with me, you're scattering. He says, nobody's coming to God except for... Like, it's just, if you don't believe that I'm God, you'll die in your sins. It's just too much stuff to where it's like, it's so cut and dry and black and white, and he divides that it's impossible to go there. Although if you take Christianity out, you might be able to accomplish that. Islam and Judaism have so many overlapping themes and understandings that I think you'd be able to accomplish that pretty easily. Christianity, though, I don't know. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I like him.
Maxie, why are you in the hospital?
Whoa, Maxie's in the hospital?
Yeah.
Who's Maxie? Do I know him, her?
Oh, really? Did that work out good? Look, please do format like this again. 1 minute first go, upload, then real long live stream. Oh, because once you do the short thing, it sends them a notification that there was a live stream. Because the people keep saying, I get the notification when the live stream's done.
So we should probably shoot like a quick, hey, we're up, and then do a live stream? Got it.
Yep.
Okay. I was about to say, we're up to, yeah. Yet the Underground Alliance is epic. Vin is secretly 2 raccoons in a trench coat. Fact. You ever see those cartoons? You had the 2 raccoons in a trench coat.
Yeah. And now the lag? Oh, really?
Daniel. No lag.
Surgery in your finger?
Yikes.
Why? When it starts itching, you're doing good.
What's up, Sarah Palma? There's no real blah 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 blah. Yeah, I saw the neuron discovery thing. It didn't really answer a lot of questions, but it seemed like, hey, we're on the way to answering a question. When are you gonna reaction video to Corns Kill You? I don't know. Maybe in the next 3 weeks. Yeah, I got the notification. Okay, everybody's getting the notification this time.
Mr.
Good.
Mason, it's vinandsori@gmail.com.
Charlie Keeler, do you find John's gospel anti-Semitic? No. Jesus goes to the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4, and he tells her, you Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know. Salvation is of the Jews. So he exalts Judaism in that sense. I don't find the Gospel of John anti-Semitic. I think that if you look at the Old Testament, the majority of the Old Testament is, quote, anti-Semitic, because most of the people getting beat up in the Old Testament are not Canaanites or anything like that. Most of the people that the prophets are going after are Jewish people or Israelites. So then you'd have to say that Jeremiah is anti-Semitic, or Ezekiel, who compares Judah and Israel to two whoring sisters who then commit bestiality. You're going to say that Ezekiel's anti-Semitic? The Bible's hard on the Israelite Jewish people because they're the ones with the most knowledge. They're the ones that have access to the most truth about God. And so the principle is, to whatever you're given, you're responsible for. To much is given, much is required. So the Jews are the ones that are given the most. I wouldn't be a Christian today if it wasn't for the Jewish people. Neither would any Christian, because it was the Jewish people that spread Christianity initially. So there's a privilege to that, obviously, that Paul says salvation is to the Jew first and then to the Gentile, but it's a double-edged sword, because judgment also starts with the Jew first and then the Gentile. So that's how to answer that. No, I don't believe the Gospel of John's anti-Semitic.
Yes, Jesse, we definitely want to print out one of those Viking pictures of us. I just need to know from you how big we can print it without the pixels getting all weird.
Right. I agree. I don't know what Courage Crew is, so no. Yeah, we're well overdue for a typo negative review. That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, we're going to react to more Seven Dust.
Maxie. He got hurt at work.
Oh,
so, no. These watching us, I'm assuming it's a he. I don't know, maybe it's a she. But they're in a bed at the hospital just watching us from their hospital bed. That's cute.
Hey. Hey, nurses, you better treat
Maxie,
our villager good.
You better treat Maxie
or it's
good.
going to be some problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and David said that when he's like, when you guys get rich, he's like, I'll be your chef. Hire me to be your chef. He's like, no more, like Longhorn stuff, but it'll be all like beautiful, healthy, good food. Man, I cannot wait to be healthy, good food.
Hey, Josh, how's it doing, buddy? Mike, you got nothing to apologize for, my guy.
Okay.
Will you keep the promise this August for Pink Floyd? Yes, we still have some days left in August.
What happened?
It's the 28th. Pink Floyd, man.
You promised to be done in August?
It'd be done in August.
That was before he had me as his agent. Okay, we got how many days before the end of August?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 days?
Of course I'm correct. I'm the supreme arbiter of sound. Can we have more Slayer reactions? Nobody's asked about the Slayer reactions. Have you ever been to a rap concert? No.
You haven't?
No. Which one would I go to?
I don't know if you'd... I would have thought that you would have gone to a rap
concert.
concert.
Sigma TV? Everybody check out Sigma TV. I'm assuming he or she has a YouTube channel of their own. What's up? How do you feel about Molly Hatchet?
Who's that?
Molly Hatchet is a name that pops in... which one is Molly Hatchet? Testament, please. We've done a Testament song. We just did one last week. Hi, Vin. Veteran from Oklahoma. What branch, Joseph? Well, stay safe over there in the severe weather. Vadrona. Vin doesn't know Molly Hatchet. Not surprised.
If you're doing typo negative, can do some Love You to Death. I've actually seen that one quite a few times.
Yeah, usually if it's a very, very popular song, we kind of stay away from it. That's why people always say, who told you to do this song?
Molly Hatchet saying flirting with disaster.
Who the hell is Molly Hatchet?
I don't know who that is, so... Oh, I assumed you know.
Molly Hatchet? Hey! In Ursa with the band? Did you hear our demo yet? Send us an email again. 1,000 apologies. I'm very, very sorry.
Oh, you told them are they?
No, they just
asked us
wanted us to hear it. That's all. What is Molly Hatchet?
Send it right now.
Tonight in Flames by Cradle of Filth.
Email it to us.
That was a bad pick for us. Come visit Oregon. Oh, Molly Hatchet is classic Southern rock. We don't know. We haven't listened to them yet. Give us a conversation topic. I don't know. You guys usually come up with the conversation topics. Steven, night's going pretty good. We just came back from vacay. I'm ready to like get back into saddle. I'm pretty happy. Terrible intro to Rush. Yes, Ellie, I read your comment as I was coming into the house. It was a good housewarming gift. It was like, welcome back. Fuck you, basically.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Where's the...
Cemetery Gates. We've already done Cemetery Gates, Sigma TV. Obamacare versus Trump care. I didn't know that Trump cared. We're gonna have... Oh no, Ginobili retired. Oh man. Wow. Is God all-knowing? Yes. Has my opinion on Dave Mustaine's vocals changed? No.
Send me that demo right now.
I still think that Dave Mustaine's vocals earlier were terrible and the one from the most recent one were good. And I don't know if that's because of some studio magic or what. The existence of aliens. What is your opinion as Christians? I am about 99% certain that aliens exist. Me and that man. Yes, we've got to do some Me and That Man, Nergal.
10 more miles. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. The address again is Vin and Sori at gmail.com. Thank you, Matthew. You forgot to attach your message with it, though.
Kellendros, what do I think about McCain's death? McCain was too hawkish, in my opinion. Anybody who did combat, you know, I saw something where it's like, oh, he only did like 200 hours in combat. It's like, okay, that's 200 more hours than 99.9% of the American citizenry. So, I definitely respect that. Too hawkish, in my opinion. Very hawkish rhetoric. Wanted to get, you know, there didn't seem to be a Middle Eastern conflict that he didn't enjoy or want to send people to. And it's very weird to me that somebody who's experienced the horrors of war was so apt to send other people there. It's just strange to me. So, you know. Is Calvinism wrong? I hope Calvinism is not wrong. I hope not. The Bible explicitly states that aliens exist. Which verse in the Bible states that aliens exist? What do I think of the Florida shootings?
Oh my word.
You know, that guy, I forgot to tell you this story. He had a legally purchased firearm, that kid. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that kid had a legally purchased firearm. And so...
Yeah, that's just...
Here we go again.
Oh, I went to get the charger.
I think that's crazy.
I went to get the charger for the phone. Is it back on?
Yeah, you unplugged the
whole thing.
It's the camera got unplugged is what happened.
It didn't...
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, we're back on.
Oh, we are already?
Yeah. Are we back?
What did Sori do again?
Problem solved. Sorry. No, we don't need another one.
Another what?
Yes, we're back. Nice going, Sorry.
You guys, it was an accident. I went to get the charger because the phone's dying.
I think King James onlyism is a definition of silly.
Yeah. Because that means no other language can have a Bible.
Well, I was listening to a guy, and he was talking to a missionary in Russia, and the guy was like, you know, what should they do? And the guy's like, well, if they're really committed, they'll learn English.
Are you serious?
Subhanallah.
It's a good thing that, you know what's crazy? Is that, like, it was originally Greek, so if he was serious, he'd have learned Greek.
Right, right. Why was the rich man in flames in the story of Lazarus? Because he didn't trust in the coming Savior.
TJ, I had to get the phone plugged in so it doesn't die on us.
Do you guys know Jim Morrison?
I'm making him nervous walking around.
Lilo! Hey!
Oh, hey!
The first photo would be their daughter holding a piece of Ethernet cable. Very true. Elio Mike, that was a gun-free zone in Jayville, so it couldn't have happened. Okay, so I said that the kid got a legally purchased firearm, and to which Elio Mike responded with, well, it was a gun-free zone, which is a good point. It's a gun-free zone, so no gun should have happened. So yeah. I guess the kid's going to obey the law. I don't know what the solution is to this gun thing, man. I do know that there's a disproportionate amount of fucking people getting shot in the United States of America.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I just think that particular situation, I think he probably growing up was never taught how to properly lose.
Hey, Pony, who's punishing you? Shaw's or Hannaford? Walmart. Elio Mike always has an answer for why nothing should be done. God almighty.
I am going to go to Shaw's tomorrow, though, because I'm going to try to make Vin this broccoli stuff that he's interested in.
We've talked about guns before. I just don't know what to do, because I don't feel like we get any real answers. Put all the gun owners on an island so they can kill themselves. Ah, boy. A Holy Bible should come with a gun purchase. No. Hey, metal guitarist, Firepower by Judas Priest. We haven't done Priest in a while. That was a smart request, sir. Why did God change from being vengeful and jealous to compassionate between the testaments? I don't know which God you're talking about. God is just as vengeful in the New Testament and probably more compassionate in the Old Testament. So, I don't know what you mean. You're going to have to give me some examples.
Should I skip like 4 minutes in and play it for like 20 seconds?
No politics, please. You know, people say no politics. I mean, would you say that if it was one of your kids that got gunned down over there in Florida? Politics is just a collective expression of the will of the people, or the collective disease of the people. So, art and politics to me are literally the exact same thing. They're just expressions of who we are as a collective group of people. So, I mean, these people, you know, I get the sentiment, but to try to dichotomize that, I think, is impossible. It's not possible. Who's this?
People that want us to review their stuff. No, it's going to take a couple seconds. If you guys want to check out more of it, I'll put the link. That's just random 10 seconds.
Who is that?
That was the person that super chatted us.
Oh, this is Insurat. Oh, there's a jam session too. See, that's what I want to see is the live shit. If you want me to look at something from your band, if you get a clip of some live shit, I look at that. There is this one dude, it was a black metal band. We were actually about to review his stuff, but I lost contact with him. And they had a live show, and it was really fucking well done.
How did you lose contact?
There's just so many people messaging, and I never got back to him. And he probably, I'm not blowing you off if I don't get back to you. It's just there's just a lot of people that we talk to, so I need like 5 or 6 follow-up emails. I'm sorry. I'm literally sorry. Like there's like people in big bands that I haven't gotten back to. Emails. I'm dead serious. It's terrible. Like that guy.
I know.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yep, I do.
Completely missed the date. What a disaster. So if I don't get back to you, it's not because you're not important to me. It doesn't matter how important you are. It's just I'm not doing a very good job managing email.
Well, we're getting a ridiculous amount, honey. It's
participation trophies and cell phones for kids. I believe that. I really think that I really believe that the participation trophy culture is going to end up really killing us. We're HQ video, we're good. Technically, if Jesus existed, he'd be an alien. That's true.
Commander Marduk.
What?
I bet Nurgle only needs to email once.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Nurgle would be an exception. Nurgle and this guy that we're doing tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Selah.
Whoa, slaughtered lamb? Enmuir, Flag of the Beast. Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help us, Selah. I don't know if you pronounce it Selah.
Whoa, what do you guys think about Neil deGrasse Tyson and other atheists dropping the title of atheism to disassociate themselves from them? I don't know that they do that. Hey, Tina! I don't know that atheists drop the title atheist, but I would tell you that if it was me, I would probably do that. I think this modern strain of atheism, I would probably do that. That's all I'm going to say.
Roman, you did. It worked. I don't know what the intervention theory is.
Participation trophy got those gamers killed in Florida.
That's what I think.
Not
knowing how to lose.
Everybody has a sense of entitlement these days, and I think it's really, really dangerous. That's not how the universe works. You're not entitled to anything.
This is cute.
What?
Vin and Sori. How do you say this name?
Appeal. What
Vin
type
and
of
Sori,
Christian?
what type of Christian are you? I think there's a lot of types of Christians, like Catholic. Sorry if offensive. I'm not a religion guy.
No, not offensive at all, sir, ma'am.
No.
We try our best to follow Jesus Christians.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't get a new chair. This is actually an old antique chair that my meme gave me, and I just got around to using it. It's a folding rocking chair. False flag. No.
Ooh, oh, you said that the thing was a false flag, the shooting in...
Yeah.
This always happens. Every time there's a shooting, it's a false flag. It's unbelievable. They're trying to stop the Madden tournament now. No, he wasn't a Vietnam War veteran. He wasn't even 21 yet, Lilo.
Bill, we don't have a good balance, I don't think. It depends on what the game is. Like right now, our oldest son is playing Madden like a lot, like many hours in the day. I don't necessarily think it's super healthy because I think it's good if they get out and like do stuff. But right now we live in an apartment, so I can't say go mow the lawn, go do some yard work. Like you can't do that where we're at. So I think that if you have a chance, you want your kids to go out. But I think at the same time, he's mentally like learning how to like handle the game and like using his mind in there, and then also learning how to lose too. And Leah, that's creepy. You're right, though.
Yeah, Martini. That was in response to Neil deGrasse Tyson disassociating himself from the title atheist. So apparently, in his mind, there's something wrong with the modern strain of atheism. Yes, I'm non-denominational. Okay, Jonathan Davis, what? Scissor, another shooting brought on by pharmaceutical derangement like all other mass shootings in the U.S. I don't know about that. Because there's a lot of people on that same cocktail of medication that aren't going around shooting people to death. I mean, there are bigger things going on here. Is there a reason you don't view the story of the rich man and Lazarus as a parable? Yeah, the reason is that A, Lazarus is named, and that would be the only parable in which a person is named. In every other parable, there are no names. And B, Jesus doesn't say it's a parable. In all the other parables, it says he told them this parable. So that's why I don't take the rich man and Lazarus as parabolic.
And Death Fan said he's been studying, knocking the dust off. Did you tell him to read something?
I don't know.
I thought you had a discussion with him.
I don't know. What's wrong with the word atheist? It says nothing. I don't know. Talk to Neil deGrasse Tyson. There's a really hot naked man in my room. Well, cool him down. Poor fella.
Yeah. Get him some ice water.
Look at this.
What?
Lilo is now blaming me for Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What? Where? Oh.
Vin, you are the one perpetuating the idea that atheist equals someone who insists that God does not exist. So don't be surprised that Tyson would not like to be boxed into that category. So it's my fault that Neil deGrasse Tyson disavows the term atheist.
Oh
Allah Akbar. Neil deGrasse Tyson has trouble distinguishing beliefs of new atheists from the vitriol of certain atheists, and that is main point of contention. There's a video where he fails to understand this. Or, Martini, like I've been trying to explain to y'all for the last few weeks, there's something wrong with your movement. It's vitriolic, ahistorical, and extremely dismissive of previous generations of atheist thought, which exposes you to a lot of issues. I'm not saying you per se, but I'm saying the movement has some serious holes and flaws in it.
For sure.
For sure.
Happy birthday, Death fan.
God almighty. Now, Mr. Mojo, we're not going to do that. Mr. Mojo Rising, we're going to disagree. You could disagree with Leo Mike stridently, and I'm not just saying this because Leo Mike is my friend. He is, but that's not the reason I'm saying it. We don't do that here. We don't do the ad hominem thing here. Okay, so disagree with him all you want. Just don't call him any name. I don't know, Pony. Somehow it's my fault, sis. It's my fault that Neil deGrasse Tyson disavows the term. Whose birthday is it? The problem with atheism is that it's not Satanism. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, my guy.
I guess Alex Hefner is sending people over to us. A couple of people have said it. Well, welcome.
I need to know how you're single-handedly responsible for all the science man's things. I have no idea. Hey, whose birthday is it? Whoa, Angel Lopez, what's up? Death fan. All right, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Death fan. You need to become a Christian. Happy birthday to you. Best birthday of all time. My ears.
He's like, don't give up your night jobs.
We won't. Stick to the rap, Vin.
Yeah, our channel is our night job, so.
Yeah. More rotting Christ. Yeah, I agree. As a Satanist, I still go to church. I don't care for a lot of Christians that judge and are hypocrites. I'm a Satanist, not a member of the Church of Satan. I believe in satanic.
He plays guitar.
I believe in the satanic rules and sins. Hey! Thanks! I think he's laughing at my singing. My singing is badass. Fuck you guys. Hey, Angel Lopez! Pink Floyd shirt. More septic flesh. Yes, I want more septic. The word atheist doesn't quite make sense from a philosophical perspective. Oh boy. Hey, what's all these people coming in because of Alex Hefner?
Yeah, I know. I guess he's sending everybody over here.
Death fan. Doug is going to be 37. Is that Doug?
I don't know. Oh, is it?
Oh, no. Hey, Reverend Sarah. Nihilism, the only medication of society and lack of beliefs are the issue, not guns.
No, I think Death fan was Doug.
Well, did we just dox him again?
No, he just blasted himself.
No, all he said was Doug.
Wow.
Hey, whoa, hey, thank you. This is about $5 in Chile. It's pronounced with a P. React to epica facade of reality.
Hail Doug.
Hail Doug.
Doug. People are saying Doug.
We're
Doug Day.
Damn, this is a busy room. How are the new atheists ignorant of the previous generations of atheist thought? Go look at the last couple firesides and then get back to me. Will you ever react to bands like Rammstein, Children of Bodom, Mushroom Head, Blind Guardian, Death Clock, Muse, Diablo, Swing Orchestra, Norther, Rob Zombie, Creator, Sabaton, Rhapsody of Fire, Powerwolf? We're going to react to one of those bands this week. We have done
Blind Guardian.
No, we had Blind Guardian queued up, but it was a song about Valhalla, and we had literally just clipped a Valhalla from Judas Priest.
So we haven't done a Blind. I thought we did one Blind Guardian.
We've never done Blind Guardian.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Metallica. Amen. Metallica's my favorite band too. No, they're not. Korn is.
Oh no,
are you guys home? We're home. We made it home. What about White Zombie? Yes. That's coming. Sorry to come here with random, but I was wondering if you guys, that if a channel has you banned, are you auto-banned from coming on a live stream like this? Sorry for the rando. Probably, if they banned you in the channel, you probably wouldn't be able to come into the live stream. What'd you do to get banned, my guy? I think I heard Nergal was in the chat. Born of Osiris. I've heard that. Yes, Keeler, we heard.
Oh, yeah, Sarah. They were loving the pool.
Do you react to all these death metal and Christian band, Christ and Antichrist bands to witness to them? No. I react to them really to understand them because I want to hear what they're saying.
Whoa. How about that? I became a patron and super chat in less than 10 minutes. Haha, I'll buy a shirt next weekend.
Gracias, Salah Nasser.
Sorry, that Carmen was a witch's invitation. Yes, you're right.
Oh my god.
And you know what I did? When it finished, I set the camera up and recorded Vin while I was showing to him. I'll release a video if you guys want to see it. Is anybody interested in seeing that?
Alex Hefner, I think, is probably the best reactor in the business. I don't think we're reactors. We're probably analyzers.
Yeah.
But I think for reactors, I think Hef is probably the best.
I totally agree.
Easy.
I totally agree because as far as like reacting goes, we don't really react during the song.
Yeah, we're pretty fucking
kind of
boring
actually. I think. Yeah.
Cult of Luna, yes. I agree. Call the Atheist Experience channel, reason with them about what you claim atheists are like. Please, I want to see how it goes for you there. Why would I call them and say what they're like? I mean, Lilo, this is not my criticism. I didn't tell Neil deGrasse Tyson to distance himself from the the term. He did it.
Right.
This is the same thing with the Yarlowski thing. Like, this is not me. This is them. I didn't even know what happened. As a matter of fact, I was trying to dodge the question. I was kind of like, if I was him, I'd do it too. And then, like, I just leave it at that. But, what's up, Robin Brown? How y'all doing?
Philip, he's like, I'm taking a
nice,
break from
Philippe.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, Mason. I mean, good Lord. I'd be interested in having a philosophical conversation with you guys. I'm not a Christian, but I have taken care of an elderly Christian man for many years and love philosophy and theology. Well, Mr. Bryant, Lilo, you don't know what my general views of atheism are. I mean, honestly, you don't, because I never get to have the conversation because the people that I'm referencing, nobody's familiar with them because new atheists don't, in my experience, haven't read any of the classics. Let me say it that way. Yes,
boring but smart, LOL.
Peter Ruckman stuff on the King James stuff, yes. Do we have time to talk about aliens? Yeah, sure. I feel like Aleister Crowley wasn't really up on his stuff. It's Vin's fault that Nergal removed his tattoo. I agree. It's my fault, too. Zeal and Ardor. We've got to do that. Like, very, very soon. Seriously.
Okay.
Jonathan Melton, my guy. You know, Jonathan Melton was one of the first people I talked to when we started our, what do you call it?
Oh, no. What?
Hold on. Whoa.
Calandro says, don't debate, just tell us right now your views on atheism. It's sometimes good to have a base from which to draw, with which to understand.
Well, I think Russell and Nietzsche are probably my reference point for thought through atheism. And we just did a video that we're releasing tomorrow night where I talk about my appreciation for Nietzsche and how he grappled with the implications of what atheism means for the world, what it meant for Germany, and what he saw and how humanity could rebound from it. I mean, obviously, I disagree with Nietzsche's conclusion, but I appreciate Nietzsche's sort of like, fuck. You know, like, that was kind of Nietzsche's, and he struggled mightily with trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to exist? And I appreciate the, I always like people that can look at the ugly parts of their belief system and then try to work around it, which is why I'm so open about saying I don't like the concept of hell, which is a very, you're not supposed to say that as an evangelical, but I think that that's the hardest part of our worldview to reconcile. And so I like people that can explicitly call out, well, shit, this is a really tough implication of my worldview, and then wrestle around it and spill a lot of ink on it. And Russell was the best sort of expositor of the emotion, in my opinion, the emotional ramifications of what it meant to be an atheist. So those two guys are I mean, obviously, I disagree with their conclusions, and I don't think we can create the world, especially Nietzsche. I don't think we can create the world that he thought that we were going to be able to create. I do believe in an ultimate Ubermensch, actually, but not separate from religion, but the most purified form of it. So that's my view on atheism. Is that it creates a lot of social, psychological, emotional, intellectual, political, global world view issues that need to sort of be harmonized into a whole. And I think that I appreciate those guys for their honesty about it. It's curious to me that this new batch of atheists that want to but I'm not going to talk about the new batch. When I look at atheism, I look at Nietzsche and those guys, and I've got a very, very high regard for them, actually.
Alex Hefner said, "Hey guys, random thought. I would love to see a vlog made by you two. That would be dope as hell."
Okay, what's a vlog?
I think it's just a video blog, like you just talk on a... How is that different than anything else we do?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like... But Kellendraw says, as Lilo said, I don't know a damn thing about atheism, so that was all just mush, what I just said. You can directly connect Hitler's views with Luther's writings. Sure. You can. I mean, Hitler was a mishmash of Luther's writings and Nietzsche, in my opinion, taken out of context, which most scholarship believes that, but there's a small group of people that don't. But I think that Hitler took Nietzsche out of context, and that was a large thrush. His whole Untermenschen campaign against the Jews was a disgusting bastardization of what Nietzsche was trying to accomplish. So yeah, for sure. What you guys do on Instagram is vlogging. Okay, so Hefner, we have an Instagram thing where we kind of, do what we do.
Yeah, but it disappears, and so then nobody can watch it if they don't go on every day to look.
Okay, so is he talking about a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I don't know.
Daniel, did you know that Hitler quoted Nietzsche? What's up, Pony? Yes, a YouTube channel. Okay. Her ghost in the... What?
You owe somebody a chocolate bar because Vin and Sori did read your comment.
Sorry,
live.
Jose Gonzalez. We read it live.
So you better be sending somebody a chocolate bar.
When will you be able to have that conversation? What conversation?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Steven.
Question, Violet. Is me being a believer of Lucifer make me a bad person? What do you mean by believer? Like you believe he exists or you follow him as your God? Like what do you mean by that?
Smoking too much weed will burn your neurons. Oh, the human condition conversation, Bowden. Well, I mean, is your AC fixed?
Oh, Chip is good. He's just chilling.
Can I request that you never react to a band?
What band would that
what
be?
band?
Because that's just going to make me want to react to it tomorrow.
I only come to amuse the masses. M. Deathman, thank you for the B-Day song, you two. I'll never forget it.
It traumatized you, huh?
Yeah, right. Somebody says I'll never forget it. That's not always a good thing. Have you read Paradise Lost by Milton? Yes, I have. Oh, okay. You fixed it this past week. Mashallah. Good.
Never do Nightwish.
No, we were definitely doing Nightwish. I was listening to Ghost Love Score on the way home. For
my gosh. Over and over and over.
Two states.
Yep. Just
that was
the
such
ending.
A good song.
The ending.
Oh, that ending, man, with Flora. She hit that note. That's some legendary shit, man. I love that song and that band.
Woo! Have you read the Screwtape Tape Letters? I started reading it like years ago, but I never actually finished it. It was confusing because it was from the demon's point of view. Is this person the one that has the Mickey Mouse necklace?
I don't know.
How do you say that? You say Jose?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Jose.
Jose, are you the one that has the Mickey Mouse necklace?
Scottish folk metal. Are you doing any research on any particular star? I know you guys really smart, man. Proud of everything they get stumped on. I get stumped on things all the time. It's not that difficult to stump me. I wouldn't believe in anything if it weren't for my lucky astrology move watch. Right on, Steven. Jose pronounced Juan. Would Jesus want universal health care? Yes! That's what I wanted.
Oh.
Charlie, Vin is a preterist. Thoughts on foreign aid to Israel? Foreign aid to Israel. I think that we need to figure out how to treat the Palestinians like human beings. And once we do that, we can give Israel all the aid they need. How can someone from a non-religious background introduce themselves to religion? Also, I'd love to see you guys listen to the Doors of Soft Parades.
Well, you just start watching Vin and Sori's channel.
You're going to hell for that shit.
What? No, how does someone from a non-religious background introduce themselves to religion? Well, how are you going to hell for that? That's exactly how. Come to our channel. And you're going to get introduced to religion. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course.
Okay, all right. You're right. All right. Stop being
going to hell.
Stop being so defensive.
Well, sometimes I deserve it when you say that, but that one.
I agree,
true.
O'Connell. Evangelicalism, Zionism has to stop. I think that the easiest thing you do is read the Gospel of John. The reason I tell everybody to read the Gospel of John is because it has the largest chunks of Jesus talking. And so it really kind of puts you like face to face with this person. Jesus is just a compelling individual. And just listen to what he says and be like, and just start and start interacting with it. Write it down. Say, this sounds crazy. This is cool. What the fuck are you talking about here? And like, you know, just wrestle with the person of Jesus that you see in the Gospel of John. And I think that's a good introduction. And I would say, don't talk to any religious people, including me, about it. Read it for yourself straight through. I know, like, you might be like tempted to say, Vin, what does this mean or whatever, and I would just challenge you to just like kind of like write that down on the side, but just try to go straight through. There's only 22 chapters and they're very short reads, and just read through the Gospel of John and just come out with what your own interpretation is of the message as a whole, and then like after we could talk, no problem. But that's what I would say. That's like the best introduction, because it's just you and Jesus like straight, and you're really just dealing with his thoughts of himself and all that. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, he's the one with the Mickey Mouse necklace. Remember the one we saw in the picture and we said the name wrong?
Hefner, our first date.
What?
What was our first date? What was the story like? What was it like on our first date? Hold on. We gotta have a huddle. We don't know.
Because you know what happened? We have kids, so we were just hanging out, and then we just kind of, I don't know, life just kind of, I don't know. Then all of a sudden he asked me to marry him. You know what? Probably.
Thanks, Jose.
Remember that time that you took me for the walk, and we walked down to that water area, and we went into that little cave area and stuff like that?
Yes.
That's probably the one that's in my head. Is like.
Okay, we went for a walk, and I took her into a little cave area. Conversation. Next question. Here's the live stream. I ran into a messed up section that was just a little long face. Vin, you romantic. I agree, Tazzy. I'm a very romantic individual. What's y'all Instagram? Vin Sori 7. LOL, took her to a cave.
Oh, I definitely want to visit the Creation Museum in Kentucky. I want to take the kids. Like, it's like a school trip.
What is your theory as to what hell is? Just experienced someone cutting themselves live on stage for the first time last week. It was an industrial metal band of all things. Ugh. Yikes. You
know, we should have like a list of like where, because you've already talked about hell in one of the firesides. So you can be like, refer to fireside, whatever.
Well, I've never really, I think we just need to do a Bible study on hell, because I've said a few things like conceptually, but I mean, I'm kind of working on my theology of hell. I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring my Bible out and we'll just all think out loud for an hour and then we can talk after. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Vin and Sori, can you please do a reaction video next Tuesday as I have major surgery that day?
We always do reaction videos.
Is there a specific one you're talking about? When are you ready to admit that you're wrong about the ghost love score
rating?
Rating. What did I give it? What did I give the
Yeah, you should re-rate that because I think you think it's a 10.
Oh yes, I definitely 8.5. I gave Ghost Love Story an 8.5. Stuck for a law. No way.
I couldn't believe you did that.
Just the little note by Floor at the end, man. I listened to it like literally 15 times in a row. Every time it gave me goosebumps. It's unbelievable. Sori is getting jealous. I can tell. Were you getting jealous? Tell the truth. Atheists are dumb. I am agnostic and lean more towards God than no God. Well, I don't think atheists are dumb. I think they're pretty intelligent. All the ones I've run into are intelligence. I want to see Vin versus Manson. Why is it always guns though? Why not cars that kill people or medical malpractice and so on? Hey Vin, let's start a band, you and me. Sure.
And then he's like, and sorry. He just added me at the end there.
Because
you knew I was his agent.
What do you mean when you say new atheism? I mean the 19 and 20-year-olds who saw a Sam Harris talk on YouTube and then declared themselves atheists, who have no familiarity whatsoever with any of the classics.
How can you be wrong for your opinion of which singer you like better?
What, between Floor and the other one?
Yeah.
No. Floor is objectively a better singer than the other one. The other one's amazing.
Well, I think that she's objectively better, but if somebody doesn't hear... You know how you heard, the Laurel and Hardy, whatever, Laurel and whatever, people are hearing different things. Like, I think different people hear different things differently, and maybe, I mean, I think that she's objectively better, but...
Fatal Sandwich, could somebody please give me insight on why the Bible claims that only 100,000 or so of people will enter heaven? How does that make sense? Fatal Sandwich, it doesn't make sense to me either. The Bible doesn't claim that. So, I don't know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about, but I'm playing dumb. The Bible doesn't claim that.
He listened to both of those songs by both artists. He did again today.
No, I listened to both. I did it in the car.
Yeah.
I had Tarja up first. And then I put Flora on, and that was it. We did 2 states 15 times. It's not... And then even as a performer, like, there's no like, level in which... Tarja is on Floor's level at all. And Tarja is amazing. I think she's probably in the top half of 1% of singers in the world, but
yeah, I know. It's not.
It's no real comparison.
I
don't have any skin in this game.
Right.
I don't understand it. I don't understand what the jihad is about. Do you guys have any update on your interview? Hey, Sasha, I appreciate it. Iron Bloodify in Agata Davida. That sounds like a Hindu thing.
Yeah, it does.
How about grunge? Atheists are like flat earthers to me. Commander Marduk, stop yelling. Floor is objectively worse. She's mediocre. What are you... What is happening? He said she was mediocre.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
What are you talking about, Scissor?
I mean, I don't want Vin obsessed with her, but at the same time, she's good.
You better not be bad, Elio Mike. You got too much access to me, my guy. that just must be an emotional vote.
I think it's got to be.
It's just emotional. Hey, it's Majestic Demon Lord. What's up, my guy? I'm not saying that she's like the greatest singer in the world. If you're comparing her to Tarja, there's no comparison. That's all I'm saying. Especially live. God almighty.
Mm-hmm.
He judges atheists negatively, so you're kind of stuck in that category, in my opinion. Well, shit. If I'm judging atheists, we need to shut down the channel because our channel...
I know, yep.
Like... we got 56, 7,000.
No, we won't have to shut down our channel. It'll shut down itself.
Good night, Big 3. Floor is the best female metal singer out there. Tarja definitely has a nicer timbre to her voice in the upper register. She has more depth to her vocals, but I love Floor's power scream much better. Architects.
So that's Fitier from Russia. Как дела?
Do Christians like to judge others? I don't know. I mean, thank you, Wesley Pope. How long have you two been together? We got married March 1 of this year. Do I miss Sparky? Yes, actually.
Me too.
I look at old videos so I can see them, but at the same time, I'm getting kind of warm to the big homie Lavi. Tarja is objectively better from an actual singing perspective. I just don't understand it, my brother. Amon Amarth. We need to do that. Dio, best singer of all time. That's where I am. I think Dio's the best.
What if our kids wanted to go to another religion? I mean...
Then they'd go to another religion. Do Rainbow. Is Rainbow... Is that the continuation of Stargazers? I would definitely like to do that song. Would you be supportive? What does supportive mean?
Yeah.
The supportive mean, hey, all that stuff that Jesus said about being the only way, that's all bullshit.
Right. Is that what that means?
Or if you mean, I'm always gonna love you in your support in your quest for truth, then of course that that's supporting them. But obviously, if I believe that Jesus is the absolute objective truth, then I'm not gonna deny that and call that support.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Scientology? I think I need to.
I meant supportive as in love. Of course, we would still love them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sori, you are gorgeous. Lucky Vin. I agree. Absolutely agree. She's the most beautiful, naturally beautiful human being I've ever met in my life. And that's facts. We crossed into Boston, and I looked at her and I said, "How does it feel to be the prettiest girl in Boston?" Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Won't answer me. Hey, Leslie. What year did you two meet? Almost 10 years ago at a Bible study.
It was more than 10 years, I think.
You read my comment. Yes, I read your comment. I did. Duran Gray. Duran Gray is a band. I keep hearing about them. We need to do them too.
We have so much to do.
Are you going to go and see Behemoth? Boston isn't... Boston isn't known for having good-looking people, to be honest. I don't care. Jesus descends and says,
Lilo
I'm more
said...
beautiful than Sori.
Oh.
Well, he's God, so...
I thought Lilo was saying that to you.
That's a pass. You interpret from the Bible, being the best-looking woman in Boston is like having the least pungent halitosis. Man, Vin got some game. That's how you keep the lady always smiling. It's true. It's easy to have game when Sori's your girl, though. Real talk.
Oh.
Real talk. Behemoth is touring in the U.S. I did not get to finish that yet, my guy.
Oh, you're going for a night walk? Have fun.
Night walks are the best.
Yeah, bye. Enjoy your girl.
I mean, the George Carlin religion thing, I mean, I don't know.
Should I keep requesting as long or just give up? Give up. Should always just give up.
Y'all should dress up in costumes for a Halloween special. That might not be a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Might not be a bad idea. Would you guys ever do a meetup? Of course.
We plan it.
Nothing more dangerous than a wounded mosquito. Well, George Carlin was a comedian. And, you know, he was a good one. As a Christian, I always get judged for loving heavy metal. I'm glad I found you guys, and you guys give me first perspectives on meaningful songs. Rock and roll, buddy.
I do have a sister,
Does
Tazzy.
Sori have a sister? Yes!
She's blonde.
She's not blonde. She's a redhead.
But she dyes it blonde.
That's not the same. That's a lie.
It's not a lie. She's more blonde than she is red.
Dye rhymes with lie. L-I-E. Duran Gray. Is she single? Hell no, she's not single. She's married.
And she's got a bunch of kids.
And her husband is brolic. He's bigger than me. He'll fuck you up.
She got a bunch of kids.
Is she cute? Yes. Have a good night. Hopefully see Architects soon. Yes, have a good night. Dream Theater. Yeah, Dream Theater was a finalist for a reaction before we went on vacation. It got overruled by, I think it was Rush or Dio.
That's right, Commander Marduk. It's called Strawberry Blonde. That's right. Did you see that somebody sent us a message? Remember you were talking about Jesus in the wilderness? You were saying he never brought him out into the wilderness. And I'm like, he did when he fed the 5,000. It's in Mark. I think it was chapter 8. Somebody sent it to us. It literally says the word wilderness.
It says wilderness?
It says wilderness in the KJV.
Oh, I don't care about the KJV.
Which translation do you care about?
I'm going to check it right now. So he fed him in the wilderness.
I took a picture of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I took a picture. Where's my phone?
Oh, shit. Was it Mark what?
Oh, well, that's why I need my phone, babe.
Mark what?
Babe, that's why I need my phone.
Sorry? You don't know your Bible.
No, I don't.
Somebody doesn't know.
That's-
Pasta's with me. Bad translation.
Hold on. Let me get my phone. I took a picture of it. Photos. Mark 8:4. I almost said 8:14. Mark 8:4.
We're in this remote place.
Remote place.
Remote place.
You said that they were right there.
Wilderness?
And it said in the other one, wilderness.
How is it the same?
The whole point was you said Jesus never took them off. And I said, honey, they were so far away they had to go very far to get food. And you were making a big thing of it.
What are
you
you
need to
talking about?
admit.
Well, hold
that
on.
I was right.
I'm reading it. I don't have a problem saying you're right.
Admit it. Say it this instant.
In those days, when a great crowd had gathered, they had nothing to eat. He called his disciples. I had compassion on the crowd because they've been with me now for 3 days. They got nothing to eat. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they'll fail on their way. Some of them have come from far away. The disciple says, how can we feed this in this desolate place? That's the word, desolate place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we have
So they weren't right there by
we
the...
have to look up what the word desolate means.
Honey, you were making it sound like they were not far away.
Endless sacrifice is another.
Of course, now we're going to hold on so he can take a song request.
No, so that we can pull up Logos Bible software so that I can look at the Greek word.
Okay, well, you get the point. I was right.
I don't have a problem saying you were right. I like when you're right. It gives me hope that you're a Christian.
You are such a terrible
Look,
person.
Lance is with me. It doesn't say in the wilderness. Stargazers about the Egyptians. Go, Sori, go! The reason it took them 4 years because they were trying to teach your children new eating habits. Satyricon, Mother North. That's coming very soon. No, I'm not going to kiss her.
Why?
I don't kiss people on request.
Well, what if I tell you to kiss me?
I definitely won't do it.
How dare you? Then I'll steal it.
Me too.
You shouldn't make light of such a
I'm
serious
not
movement.
making light of it. If I did that to you, I guarantee you there'd be about 45 SJWs saying, how dare you do that to her? I'd have cops at the house. Gun! Elio Mike would be there. That's what would happen.
Well, I'm giving you permission.
Huh?
I'm giving you permission.
What do you mean?
Grab my face and kiss it anytime you want.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong
well, then
with
the
you?
cops won't come busting in here. I'm saving you from jail or sudden death.
The channel demands it.
The channel demands what?
Me kissing you.
Oh.
See, Elio Mike's coming.
Oh, yeah. Cleanse
See?
glasses, kiss your beautiful wife, Vin.
What happened to the stained mud shovel reaction? There's a stained mud shovel reaction?
I don't know.
I was right the other day. Vic drinking straight from the Pepsi bottle. Vin not kissing Sori. They're really not a couple. It's all an act. I could be there in 45 minutes. Yeah, Vin, kiss her. All right, you know what, guys?
Difficult?
You know what, guys? I'm going to kiss her in 3 minutes.
You're terrible. Oh, boy.
What? If you don't do it, Vin, someone else will. I'd like to see him try. I'd like to see him try. Oh, boy. That'd be such an error.
Vin and Sori, false flag. What would you guys do if we were just, faking the entire time? I was like, actually...
Right.
We have this... He was adopted into my family.
Yeah. What a terrible... You couldn't come up with any other thing?
That would be believable.
All right. Well, it's been an hour. There you go. It's sort of like a black belt or some shit. Sori is dangerous as hell. She's the most physically gifted female I've ever seen in my life as far as like combat sports goes, and I'm me, so she'll fuck you up. I feel when I hear Ben talk, I'm like, that'd be a good fight, Ben versus Sori, and I feel like he'd come out on top. Because I feel like you're probably taller than him.
Ben, how tall are you?
As long as you're able to keep distance, like I told you, you'd be all right. More ginger.
Oh, Vin has a triangle.
Wait, you must complete the Mark 8 for exegesis.
Yeah.
It appears as if that Sori is actually right on that one, because it just means desolate place that is arid and doesn't have much has sparse vegetation. I think is what the definition said. So it's like
yeah.
It's a remote.
He
desolate
brought them
place.
out.
No, it doesn't say he brought them out. It says they came to him in Mark 8.
Well, yeah, but that's where you're saying?
Yeah, it says.
Well, that's fine. I was just saying he did meet with people out in the wilderness area.
Yeah.
And I said.
Again, a great crowd had gathered.
Ben says he's 5'8".
That's about your height.
But he has a large upper half, so his reach is deceptively long.
Yeah, I still think you could take him.
How do you feel about that, Ben?
No, because she's trained, Ben. That's the difference. As long as you do those distance principles.
Would you do it? Would you do it, Ben?
And do the setup thing.
Would you engage in combat with me?
As long as you set her up right.
I'm the gingerbread man. You wouldn't be able to catch.
He'd run. Okay, so there we go. I think it's time for me to go. So say goodbye to the people. Do this format again, please. 1 minute, first upload, then fireside. It's up to you. Tell the people. Tell the people. Tell them.
Okay, we'll stay for 30 more minutes. So, the 3 minutes is up, Ben.
All right. Damn it. I'll kiss her 31 minutes.
Nope, you can't go back on your word. The scripture says, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
I'm 6'4". You are all tiny people. Mic muted. All right, so we're back for another half an hour of goodness. All right, what's up next? What insult do you have, Lilo? Can you get me more soda?
Mm-hmm.
I requested.
I know, what a boring kiss.
Stained mud shovel. Puny human. Sori's trick.
Sori's what?
That was an emotional moment for me. Vin's frigid.
I rate the kiss 3 out of 10.
Punch him, Sori.
Yeah, I guess if we're not going to kiss, we should fight.
Not boring at all. Peace out,
Bye, Dan. I don't know if we're going to watch Earthlings.
I love Lilo.
Who are your Hollywood crushes?
I feel like Lilo.
I've never had them.
I've never had a Hollywood crush.
You haven't?
No. Oh, when I was a kid, Demi Moore. But you're prettier than Demi Moore.
People used to say I look like her.
No, she looks like you, and barely. Hello from Egypt. Salam alaikum.
The real Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's right.
That's actually pretty accurate. What's your deal on love, Vin? Seems you always see anger from getting hurt and ego thing when it really isn't.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Say that a different way. Why does Christian rock suck? I don't know.
Honey, what's our Instagram? Can you type it?
Walaikum assalam. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's Vin Sori 7.
Wait, there. How long have we been doing YouTube? We got married March 1st, and like a month later, we did our first video. Vin Sori 7?
Yep.
Vin, is it hard being the smartest guy in the room? I'm not being sarcastic.
I don't know. I don't know if hard is the question. I think Dirk is pretty well read. I think Lilo is pretty. You know, there's things to me like what it comes down to is like 2 plus 2 is always going to equal 5, and you're 4. 5. 2 plus 2 is always going to equal 4, right? So if you ever try to argue that 2 plus 2 equals 5, you're always going to end up looking not as intelligent as the person equaling 4. I'll just say it that way. My opinion is most of the time you've seen me in like an intellectual conflict with somebody, it's because they're trying to make 2 plus 2 equal 5. So I don't really think that I'm the most intelligent person in the room. Because it's not like there's a giant broad spectrum of topics talking about. There's only been about 3 or 4.
I'll answer the question for you. Yes, he's generally the smartest person in the room, but for some reason he doesn't seem to realize that he is. So I'm not sure why he can be so smart and miss out on that detail. But yeah, he's generally the smartest, but it doesn't really go to his head. He always seems to try to put people up and have them talk instead of him talking, which doesn't make sense to me because I always feel like he has the best things to say. He has the best words.
I came here for some depth. Good. Night, Vin, Sori in the village. The smartest man knows the...
Do you collect
Wait,
Bibles?
so all your kids are from
What happened?
Stephen Nihilus. Yeah, all our kids were before we got married. That is correct. Sori is in love. Next.
Wait, there was something back here. How does this channel support you financially? That wasn't what I was going to read.
So we have Patreon. We have
Forgive her.
Forgive her.
So we have Patreon.
And typo people were really mad at me at that one. I didn't know the dude was dead. That's what happened.
Yeah, so we do Patreon, and then people can like donate to us through that to like support us. And then like these firesides, we're able to monetize these. So this brings us in.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah. But when we talked to the Nazi, they didn't monetize that.
Well, the Nazi one made sense, but like the recent atheist one, they demonetized that for some reason.
Yeah, so sometimes we can monetize these and sometimes not.
Any chance you guys react to watching over me? Yes. I think Iced Earth. The Iced Earth fans are going to be really big in rotation, and Sori loves Iced Earth.
Yep.
So who knows? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get that one because I'm pretty sure that's a very popular Iced Earth song.
Oh, cool, Richard. Well, welcome to the channel. Somebody said that we make a great couple, like fire and ice. I was like, which one's fire and which one's ice?
The best married couple I've seen so far, better than my mom and dad. Awesome.
That's because you don't see us all the time like you see your mom and dad all the time. We do normal
Thank you, Andrea Hill.
stuff too.
Yeah, I think we have conflicts, you know.
Honestly, when you were mad at me today or annoyed, you were so cute.
He said, "Are you mad at me?" And I said, "No, I'm annoyed."
Yep, and your eyes looked like that. I was like, well, I think that we should talk about it. And then you started talking, and then by the end, you were okay.
He did very good. He did good on that one. Good job. Mashallah. Loved your Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner reaction.
After that kiss, Vin is ice.
It's super funny when you two fight. I always find it amusing. Yes, Drakas. We actually did that. We split the reactions in 2 once, and it was the people just didn't like it. They didn't like having a jump from one to another. No. And you know, it's really a people-driven channel first. And I even put it so that way when you finish the first half, you just could click on the video and it would just go to the next one. It was like, it put a ton of work for me to do it that way, but people, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. No, it rejected by the people. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, we put it out as an experiment. We did it with 2 videos. We did it with Nile. Thank you, Stephen Wilkerson. Oh, the acoustic version? Oh, no, I don't know what that is. Big Love by Lindsey Buckingham. Please do Master of Puppets? Animalica? What is that? I don't know. Oh my gosh, here's another one. Thank you, Justin. Now do Eulogy by Tool already. Oh, we have some Tool coming, but first we got to finish this Pink Floyd one. What's the best song the village has forced you to? So, Carnival. What's that? Carnival. All I Know is my favorite village song.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you listen to that a ton.
Magua. Magua exercises in futility. Self-crucified. Missed the right tree. Mm-hmm. I've been listening to that all last week. That's all I was listening to was that song. Behemoth. As a band, we would have never listened to Behemoth on our own if it wasn't for the village.
No way.
I didn't even know they existed, number one. Oh, why when someone gets hurt from someone they love and they feel anger, you think ego is involved? Most of the time when I say something, it's nuanced. So I'll say most of the time, or it's usually the case. So I say that generally as a rule. I just did it. And so what I'm trying to point out is things native to human nature that are general, but not always 100% of the time. So I think a lot of times that the things that we get angry about have a lot to do with ego. So for example, we were coming back from Boston, and for me, when I'm coming back, like I'm on a mission, like we're gonna fix it, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get from A to B, simple. Sori, you know, she wants to take the kids to McDonald's. She wants to do 9 million bathroom breaks. We did a vacation with her family one time, and like they stopped like 8 times to get to the destination. No, it really was.
They really did stop a lot. I'm not good with that. I don't want to do a bunch of them like that, but 1 or 2 stops for the bathroom, depending on the length of time, is fine, I think. Thank you, Brian.
So Sori loves doing that. So anyway, so we're stopping, and then she stops at, you know, McDonald's, and then I was all moody and whatever, and that was just all my ego. You know, it was all just, you know.
It was your ego?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was like, oh, I want to get there, and why do we have to stop? I want to, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, so.
Yeah, it was so weird because, like, so we took the kids to the, what is that? The what is that called? The aquarium. We took the kids to the aquarium in Boston. And you know how they take your picture and then you can pay for the picture, and it's like this outrageous amount of money that you pay for the picture. And I usually never do something like that because it costs too much. But like, this was like our first trip all together like that. So I'm like, I wanted the picture. So I paid the whatever, $31 to have this picture. And then we went to go grab something to eat before we brought the kids to the movies. And I left the picture at the table. And I was so bummed out about it. And I told Vin, like, I wanted that so badly. Like, I'll show it to you guys probably on like one of the videos. But anyway, so we had to drive like an extra, like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes just to get to the place again so I could get that picture and leave. So you like, it was weird because you were like good with like doing that whole thing.
Oh, it's for you.
Oh, so if I would have said I was hungry and wanted to stop at Burger King?
Oh, if you would have said you were hungry, then yeah, we would have stopped at Burger King for sure.
Oh, that's so interesting.
P.O. Box 7024, Lewiston, Maine 04243. Lewiston is Lewiston.
Vin looks mixed himself. Yeah. What are you mixed with? Do you even know?
No, we'll have to check with that ancestry.
We have that ancestry thing. Oh, I know. I didn't want to do Burger King, but it was what was on the way. I actually wanted to do a Subway, but I came back and like got all this salad stuff to make one of those salads that has like the strawberries and the pecans in it and stuff. I don't know what they call it, but.
Thoughts on the mightiest, most charismatic new atheist, a masterful linguist and ferocious debater, the late great Christopher Hitchens. He's a personal hero of mine, if you can tell. Christopher Hitchens was an interesting character. He did a debate with a pastor that I like, Douglas Wilson, and it was a very interesting debate. And they did a documentary called Collision. And Hitchens was the one that when he was dying, it seemed that he was afraid that he would convert on his deathbed. And so he kind of like basically said, like, if I convert, it's because I'm dying and I'm desperate. It's not real. And he seemed afraid of his own conversion, which oddly enough, I've seen that in many atheists that I talk to. It seems that they're like very drawn and attracted to Christianity particularly, and they're afraid of it. So there you go.
Okay, our bass, I don't know, he said don't give your DNA. You actually don't give your blood. I don't know, is your DNA in your spit too? Yeah. Anyway, you have to spit in this thing. That's why Vin hasn't done it. He's so disgusted by it. I said, I think that we should do like this whole like video thing. I mean, I don't want you guys to watch us spitting into things, but we could turn around and spit and then
disgusting.
Set it off so you guys would be part of the journey. He's like, that's disgusting and I'll never do it.
Is Vin mixed with alpha male and professor?
Oh.
Do you think Timothy is the epitome of a pacifist? Isn't he more like Jesus and the other disciples? Huh? I've never heard that before. Why would you say that?
Germaphobe.
No, he was not. He said that if he converts on his deathbed, it will be because of him not being him anymore. That's... Sister, how is that... Lilo just has to contradict her. I just said that. Isn't that what I just said? He was afraid of converting on his deathbed?
I know.
So Lilo goes, no, he wasn't. He was afraid of converting on his deathbed. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay. Say it gets dark at night and light during the day.
Oh my gosh.
Vin, Sori is a cyborg. What would you do if you found out I was a robot? I love questions like this. If you found out I was a robot and not an actual person, would you still keep me around the house? Or would you have me brought back to the factory?
No, I'd keep you.
Would you be creeped out? What if you woke up
I'd
and
find some way to... Well, when you watch me anyway, it's disconcerting.
Why?
It's just disconcerting. I don't like being watched.
I was watching you in the car when you were
Solid. The government already has my DNA, so that's already we've passed that bridge. Believe me.
They don't have mine. Guess Vin didn't play baseball. Spitting just comes natural in the sport. Yeah, he'll spit when he goes running, but he doesn't want to spit into a little jar and then be able to see it.
Timothy was stoned to death and never said anything against them, much like Jesus. Are you talking about Stephen?
Vin, that's not him being afraid. That's him saying that if he succumbs to fear on the deathbed and converts, it's because of him not thinking straight anymore.
Okay, Lilo.
If no one would believe in any of the holy books, people would still be religious. Is that a question or is that a statement?
Well, Dirk, all the early Christians went out like that for the most part. You know, so. I mean, Christianity is obviously pacifistic. I actually did a debate one time, an actual moderated debate about that. And so there's that.
Angel Lopez, so much religious talk. I'm so lost. Guys, help.
Hey, it's Wanze.
Who?
Watching Thulian Perspective. Tell the big homie Varg I said what's up.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. We're in Maine and it's 12:50.
Pretty sure that with enough torture you'll convert to Islam too. Okay.
Pickaxe. I wish I could have faith like you guys. How do you do it? Serious question.
Like I said to the previous person, just reading, just being confronted with the person of Jesus in the Gospel of John. If you just read that book and listen to what he's actually saying, and just not the words on the paper, listen to what, like, imagine yourself in that crowd and hearing a person say that about himself. I mean, it's just crazy. Nice, Floyd. Ranch or blue cheese, both disgusting, both equally disgusting.
If I'm in the right mood, I like ranch.
My wife was raised like Sori, very sheltered. She can't wait to argue with Vin. She knows her holy book. What holy book would that be, and what would we have to argue about? Why do people always want to argue with me?
It just feels like you like it.
I don't
It just
understand
feels
that.
like that you're just, yeah, I don't know. I feel the same way. Sometimes when you say something, I
Do you
want to argue
believe in-
with you.
Do you believe in life before Christianity?
You know what? Oh my gosh.
Do I believe in life?
Ranch and pretzels. It is.
Do I believe in life? That's disgusting.
Oh.
Life before Christianity? Yes. Yes, I do believe in life before Christianity. I don't really understand that question. Vin, do you ever find it weird that Jesus and the author of John speak exactly the same way? No. A, they don't speak exactly the same way. And B, John is the narrator, so I would assume that the things that stick out to him would be more inclined with his personality. That's not the inspiration. That's not our doctrine of inspiration, that people are being like remote viewed in to inspire the scripture. But there's some very stark differences between John the author and the words of Christ himself. John the author won't even name himself in the book, whereas Jesus is saying things like, I am the way, I am the truth. He says a whole bunch of fantastical stuff about himself. John won't even mention his own name in the book.
Okay,
So
look at
there's
this.
some pretty stark differences between the personality of Christ and the personality of the narrator in the book.
You ever read that? Jose, you already back from your walk? That was fast.
When Voltaire was dying, a priest came and said, you should renounce the devil. And he said, this is no time to be making enemies. Easily one of my favorite quotes.
Yikes. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. Do you?
Absolutely.
You do like that?
My first taste of pizza was pineapple pizza.
You know what? My favorite food is whatever I'm in the mood for. So I don't think that I have a favorite. It's just when I'm in a certain mood, I want a certain thing. Like tomorrow, I want to have that salad with the dressing and the strawberries and the pecans and the goat cheese. It's kind of weird.
Goat
but
cheese
it tasted
sounds
good.
so gross.
I know, it sounds, yeah.
Gross.
We had a friend that used to only eat that because she was lactose intolerant while she was, or she couldn't have that when she was had her kids. Oh yeah, I am picky as far as like what I like, but I really like lots of food.
Awesome transition from religion to food. That's life with Vin and Sori.
I know.
One of us likes to talk about religion, and then it always gets interrupted by food. I'll let you guys figure that out.
Yep.
Hey, Finn. What do you think about ancient Sumeria? Do you think some stories in the Old Testament come from them? Of course. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of interplay and I think that Genesis is self-conscious of a lot of Sumerian manuscripts and stories, and at times self-consciously will agree, and other times will self-consciously act as a polemic against those. So yeah, absolutely. Is the Pope protecting pedophiles? It seems that way, unfortunately. We're Protestants, by the way. Everyone loves food. Tacos are good. This wallpaper is terrible. One of us will have to go. Why was Stephen showcased if it was a common death just before he was a disciple? I mean, unfortunately, Dirk, I hate to say this, but Stephen's death is highlighted not for the sake of Stephen, but to introduce Paul. Because at the end of the chapter, Stephen is stoned in Acts chapter 7. At the end of the chapter, you'll see that that's when Paul is introduced as holding the garments while the other guys kill Stephen. So Stephen is kind of used as a gateway to introduce Paul. It was a way for the narrator to say, this is how fucked up this guy is. The first time you see him is when he's out there murdering an innocent Christian. So Stephen is contrast. Stephen's pacifistic acceptance of death and prayer for, the salvation of his murderers is contrasted with Paul's very anti-pacifistic, bitter, murderous intention toward the Christians. And then at the beginning of chapter 8, it says, after that, a great persecution broke out against the church and they were scattered and da-da-da-da. And then it says Paul was breathing out threats against the church and yada, 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 yada. Then at 57,000 subs, roughly 570 villagers are likely to be pedos, 1% according to experts. Why are you protecting the pedo villagers while condemning the Pope? Ben, sometimes, man, I feel like you got a great sense of humor. It's a very wry sense of humor. But I just feel like there should be lines, bro. And that's not something you should joke about.
How do you, what, why are you?
He doesn't believe that I'm protecting pedophiles. I mean, he was there at the last fireside when I went off on that guy.
Yeah.
It's just sarcastic humor, and
Well,
I think there should be a line.
I do think that we make more, we hold the popes to a higher standard than, nobody should be a pedophile. But the pope, especially, or the priest, especially, like, when they're in a position of leadership, that's even worse.
Yeah, but he's saying, why do we, because he said we're at 57,000 subs.
Yeah.
Why are we protecting pedophiles?
Well, maybe it's because we don't say you should go out and kill yourself and stuff like that. I just don't know if he was joking. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was just a joke to him.
He was there at the last fireside.
Yeah.
He saw me go off on that.
True. That's true.
He also saw the Decibel Omega video where I went off on. So I mean, it's just not something to joke about.
No, Ben. If you're joking about that's it's not appropriate at all.
The Pope is anti-LGBT? Didn't the Pope come out and say that he can't judge? Didn't he come out and say the opposite? Somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw. Ben was saying 570 villagers were pedos and that we were protecting him. What was the point of blinding Paul to force him to trust the word of God? I think the point of blinding Paul was an extremely self-reliant person, and when you're blind, you have to rely on other people. And so I think it was both. I think it was the lesson of Paul in this new phase of your life, because he was going to be tempted to do the whole thing by himself. Just like he was a hard charger when he was a antichrist. Now that you're for Christ, he's going to be tempted to go for it. And because Jesus said, I'm going to send you on mission. And being struck blind means now you can't even walk. You don't even know where to go. Especially after 30 years of living. Like if you're blind, if you're born blind, you can kind of acclimate to it. But if you've been seeing for 30 plus years and then you get struck blind, you have to depend on other people, and then you have to depend on God's power to make it so that you could see. And so Jesus was saying, okay, Paul, from the beginning, your Christianity, the way that you're going to change the world is by reliance on other people and reliance on God, even though you're going to be probably the most important figure in Christianity aside from Jesus. You're going to need to depend on other people to even go to the bathroom, right? Which, you know, he would have needed help for. So I think that's why Paul struck him blind. God struck Paul blind, sorry.
What's my favorite ice cream? Well, Cold Stone Creamery has this Oreo milkshake thing that's unbelievable. And I really like that. Again, ice cream is my mood. It just depends. Sometimes I want strawberry ice cream. Sometimes I want coffee with Oreos in it. Just depends.
Show me the word Pope in the Bible. Well, we are we're Protestants, so
yeah.
So
yeah, we don't.
But the word Pope just basically means father, and you know, there you are. I'm the only person that... I didn't like Oreos when I was a kid, Ben. I liked Chips Ahoy.
What is your all-time favorite movie?
Black Hawk Down. Very important movie for me. If the highest up people in religion, the Pope, are protecting people that abuse kids, what kind of message that's... Yeah, does that... I mean, there's no argument to that. She's absolutely right. And that's why I am the way that I am when that subject comes up. Mm-hmm. You know, because we have no religious authority whatsoever, but as people who represent Christianity to some degree, we gotta make it clear. So there's that.
Honey, what? Doesn't Protestant just mean anti-Catholic?
No, Protestant doesn't mean anti-Catholic. Protestant means that you subscribe to the Reformation. Martin Luther wasn't trying to destroy the Catholic Church. He was trying to reform it.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to stay in the church, but he felt like it needed reformation. The church excommunicated him. And so that's when you get Protestant denominations, because the church didn't want any parts of Luther. But Luther initially didn't want to destroy the church. He wanted to reform it. Salam, what is Shekinah in Kabbalah? Well, Shekinah in Kabbalah is actually a pretty deep concept.
Jeez, Dirk, sorry about that.
What happened to Dirk?
He had a very bad, violent experience with a pedophile.
Sorry about that, Dirk. But you're here now, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Much love, big guy. Black Hawk Down is very good. Of course, they can recreate everything exactly due to OPSEC, but still great. I agree.
Why claim one religion when we are all one?
Why claim one religion when we're all one?
That's what I said. Why claim one religion? Yeah, when we are all one. Jeez, Angel, I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm sorry about that. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're right, Leah. I mean, it's got to be talked about. Thanks, Robin.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw his too, or hers. Mm-hmm. Vin and Sori, do you all disagree with each other on anything biblical?
We disagreed on.
Well, over the years, we've disagreed on lots of things, and some things he's changed on, and some things I've changed on. But as far as if there's anything now, right now, I don't completely subscribe to his thoughts on hell, and I have a hard time believing all the stuff that he says about how God is with people. Like, some things are just too big for my mind to... Like, I used to understand them, I think, better when I was younger, and believe them better when I was younger. But even, like, today, when I was waiting, like I said, I forgot that picture, so we had to go back to the Lost and Found. And when I was standing there waiting, they told me it was going to be at the front desk. Nope, I had to wait for this guy. And as I was standing there and I was looking at all the people, and I was thinking, like, God knows all these people individually. And then, I'm, like, weird about, like, I want to feel like I'm especially loved. Like, sometimes I always have Vin, like, jumping through these hoops. Like, I want to make sure that he loves me especially, like, even though I know that he does, like, I still, like, need that. I don't know what's wrong with me with that. But, so I was, like, thinking about that with the whole God thing, and I'm like, so, like, how is it that God can see so many of us and love us individually, but, like, it seems like I would just get lost in the sea of all the other people. So he doesn't have a hard time understanding that. For me, like, before, I never felt like that. I always felt like, of course I'm loved by God. Like, of course I feel like that God sees me differently than everybody else, and I'm not lost in a sea of human beings. But now it's harder for me to, like, grasp that and be like, wow, like, okay. So I was like, I think God was kind of, like, talking to my heart about it, because I was, like, looking at all of them, like, he loves all of these people, and he has, like, there's some special connection that he has with all of them, but it doesn't mean that he has less of a connection with me. But it's still hard to wrap my head around, I guess.
Why do you have a policy of avoiding popular songs from bands? I don't know. I think everybody else is doing it. So I don't like doing videos that I see other reactors reacting to. So I'd rather do, like, a spurious, nebulous one first. So it usually takes us about 2 or 3 videos to actually get to a popular or a signature song from a band. So that's probably why. That's probably why. Do you think the punishment those religious authorities will receive will be worse due to their complicity in all the abuse?
Yep.
You mean God's punishment of them? Yeah. I mean, he said it. He said, if the Bible says, don't be a teacher, don't be a leader, because they have a stricter judgment than a regular person. Mm-hmm. So, you know. Look, anyone can be forgiven, but when you start covering shit up and like moving people around so that they can devour more kids.
That's so wrong.
You got, you hey.
Somebody.
It's that simple. Hello from Colombia. Somebody said they were from Colombia.
Somebody like 8 minutes ago was like, sorry, you're gonna sneeze in like 7 minutes. I haven't sneezed, so you're wrong. And then, oh dang it, somebody else asked a question that was kind of interesting that I was gonna answer as well. Aliens. Oh, I know what it was. They asked what my favorite sea creature was. Oh my word! When we went to the aquarium, there was these seahorses, and they were holding onto blades of like grass.
Oh, the little tiny ones.
This big. Oh my gosh!
I took a picture of it, but
they were so cute, and you could see them like
fully
moving,
formed,
and like some of them were going, like, ah! It was so cute. I couldn't even stand it. I was like losing my mind. Oh, you got a video? But you can't really see. Yeah.
The flash was like too
bright, man. You're not
so
gonna be able. You can't even see it on this side.
It's not gonna do it justice,
oh,
but there it is.
But you should look it up. They're called dwarf seahorses, but they're so small.
Did you see this one?
What?
Lilo. Oh gosh, Lilo's my favorite. Where did it go? Damn, so many messages. Where'd Lilo go? Damn, I can't find Lilo. Lilo said a really good one. She basically said, like, I don't, right there, oh, there it is. I no longer request reactions. Too afraid Vin will take lyrics and biblicize them. And then I will have the song I like twisted into something unnatural.
Unnatural! Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love it. Vin has so many favorites that you have to question who the real favorites are. I think it's Dirk. Yes, Kyle, more corn. Maybe even tomorrow. Hmm? Thank you, Spice Factor.
Thank you very much.
Why does Jesus, Jordan Peterson, Nurgle, and Muhammad? Now that I have your attention, please do Iron Maiden Audio Slave. Neelis, were you the guy saying that, you know, white culture needs to stay in white culture? And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I was just wondering if you're the same guy. Favorite corn song from Life is Peachy. Twist. You're not. Such a good song.
Yes! Overshadow Sean. That's what I was going to be showing him next. I was going to show it to him that same night. I showed our youngest daughter. She loves the Carmen stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, I really like this.
Good shot on Twist, Vin. That's right. Twist. Twist.
No, I haven't heard Twist.
Hey, it's your show, miss. I'm very surprised that you have... Hey, Hollyhawks! That was a fairly accurate Twist impression. Thank you. Thank you. What's your favorite genre of music, Sori?
I don't know.
Thank you, Sean.
I don't know. Satan Bite the Dust. Yes, that's what she was listening to over and over. And she's like, this is such a good one.
Twisted Transistor, terrible song. Twisted Transistor. Vin, you got me into corn. Yes, Chris Bauer, I appreciate it.
You can always tell if the song they react to is disliked by the length of the reaction.
There was one recent last week. It was like 20 minutes. It was the Dance Macabre song. Golly.
Thank you, Nexus.
Pas
Have you guys read a good book recently? I'm reading The Shack to the kids. I mean, obviously I skipped some of the beginning, but it's been really good for them. They like it.
We need some death metal. All right, Abdullah.
All right, guys, 5 minutes. And we're bouncing out. Yeah. Oh, Rush. See, there's the 2112. The 20-minute song is not boring.
Rings of Saturn. No, we haven't done Rings of Saturn yet.
Last Saturday, some evangelists were singing outside my house at 8 a.m. They woke me up, so I blasted Slayer to scare them away. Was I wrong? I was pissed that they woke me up. I think that was rude of them to go there at 8 a.m.
If you're telling the truth and they really did that shit.
Yeah.
Secondly, why would Slayer scare them away? If Slayer scared them away, then they're not the people you need to talk to.
Right.
I love those little faces.
Uh-huh.
What is Christianity's reasons for an estimated 200 billion galaxy if you live and die on Earth and go to heaven or hell? Well, I don't believe that that's the actual Christian message. Like, heaven is not like, that's more of a medieval thought process than a Christian thought process. Actually, I think there's very good reason biblically to believe that we will be...
Good night, Tazi.
Exploring the galaxies and all that stuff, and that's why a lot of even guys like early scientists, early Christian scientists, that's what they were. That was the thought process, was that the world had all these mysteries of God's mind that you could unfold by applying the scientific method. So I don't believe you're just going to die and go to heaven or die and go to hell. I think like this is a launching pad. I think Earth is going to be ground zero for the universe, because this was a stage of redemption. But I think that there's going to be a ton of research and science and all that shit in the new world. I always say the new world. You'll notice that I generally never say heaven.
Yeah.
I always say the new world.
Yep.
Because that's Jesus called it the renewal of all things. Paul talks about the entire creation groaning for the redemption of the children of God. And so it's basically the entire universe is waiting for us to get our act together, because there's going to be a lot of things for us to explore and enjoy and all that good stuff. So
shout out to the Epic Underground. Is that a new alliance?
Yes. How has the fireside been? It's been okay, but we missed you being fan.
Answer a question.
Okay.
Somebody asked how long I've been a Christian or when I got saved. All my life I've been a Christian. I don't remember a time when I wasn't. He's the same way.
Yeah.
There was another question that was one you should have answered. Oh, somebody asked if atheists can go to heaven.
Everybody who wants God will have him. It's a strange idea that an atheist would want to go to heaven when they've spent their entire life denying God. Mm-hmm. But if they truly, truly want God, then that question will be solved for them before they die.
Cool, Ultimate Musings. Yeah, Raul, they are. I am going to be doing the red highlights, but my hairdresser was booked and then she was on vacation. So I think she comes back in like a week, and then I'm going to book an appointment with her.
Vin thinks he's so right the majority of the time on topics, pushes his opinions down people's throats, the almighty holier than thou. Wow. Okay. I always interpret it as people ask me questions and I answered them.
Okay, Mark, all right. How was it growing up in Jamaica?
Oh, gosh. I didn't grow up a lot in Jamaica.
No, they aren't atheists anymore.
Vin, when are you getting your highlights? I don't know what highlights are.
In your hair.
Yes, M. Death fan, we should talk.
What do you mean, Jay? I don't know about that, Vin. I love God, but I'm not going into the new world because God doesn't want me there, to be honest.
You're wrong.
You're completely wrong.
He wants you there for sure.
You want to be there? He wants you there.
If you want to be there, if you want God, you're going to have him. He's not far from each one of us.
I think that might work for me then. I do want God, but I just don't believe in him, if that makes sense. Like, I want him to be real, but don't think that he is.
Okay. Well, Colton, just start there. Say, I want God, and go there.
Mm-hmm.
And keep going. And the more you're honest about that, the more the isness of God will reveal himself to you, for sure.
Why do you think you're right about God?
Because God's right about God. I'm just repeating what he's saying. God is right about God.
Wow. Can you pray for Indonesia? There are lots of earthquakes in the last 2 months. Yeah.
Whoa. 6 on the Richter scale.
Yeah,
Yikes. Definitely.
There's a couple times a day that, like, I think to, like, pray for village things, and so there's a few people that I pray for pretty consistently, and I'll pray for that too.
I see 2 gods in the video. God made by Sori and a God made by Vin.
Brian, the best one to start with is to read the book of John. I was just talking to Vin about it, and I was like, Vin, like, I should, like, read the book of John, and then, like, he could play some instrumental in the background, and then we could release that as one of our videos. So if anybody wants to, you know, listen to the book of John, they could listen to it.
It's an interesting question. What if God wants God conditionally? Can you create some sort of conditional path to heaven that God understands and will reject you if the conditions aren't met? Well, I mean, I think in any relationship, when you enter in a relationship with yourself, like, I gotta accept Sori for all of who she is. I can't say, okay, I'll accept you under this condition and then blah. That's not love. So, you know, I approach God. So, like, I've been very open and honest about things that I don't like. But the fact that I don't like that about God, I'm not going to put him in a situation where I'm like, oh, if you're not the way I want you to be, then we're not going to have a relationship. Number one, I don't even, you know, traffic in my human relationships that way, much less the person who made me. So it's not for me to do that with God. You take, you know, and Jesus was pretty explicit about this. He's like, you take me for all or nothing. That doesn't mean that you don't have problems, because the disciples constantly were questioning Jesus over and over again. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? People in the Old Testament constantly questioned the supposed wrathful God, vengeful God of the Old Testament. Many times, people told God to leave him alone in the Old Testament. Leave me be.
Yep. So I can have a little peace.
Turn away from me. So, you know, it's a relationship, and I think a relationship is doomed to fail if one person comes in and says, all right, here are the terms in which I will have a relate. This is kind of a litigious way to have a relationship, and I don't think God wants to relate to us that way. So my thing is, I would just say, God, I want you. There's some things about you that are really, really bothering me, but I'm willing to hear you out. But we don't get to set the terms of what the relationship are going to be. I mean, the facts are, guys, all of us are so jacked up that the idea that a perfect being wants a relationship with us should be enough for us. I mean, I get it. There's things that, like I said, there are things that bother me about certain things about God. But me having an accurate self-knowledge, knowing that I'm surprised that Sori wants a relationship with me. But then I'm like, well, she's got her problems too. So I'm like, okay, well,
we can work this out.
We can work this out because we equally suck, you know. But to have a relationship with a person who doesn't suck at all, and then to turn around and, like, try to set the terms of relationship is like, we shouldn't do that. I'll just say it that way. Aliens want to probe your bod. Okay. All right. Later, Jay. Jay, we got to talk at some point, my guy.
For sure.
For sure. No, Lilo. That's just not true. No one can come to me as the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up on the last day. Yep, M. Death fan, what does that mean? What?
Alice Ron. Sori looks like she lost some weight. Nope, it's just I'm sitting farther away from the camera.
The young lady has gained weight, and I don't have a problem with that.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that. TJ Music, love you too. For sure. And also, guys, the for sure shirts are coming.
Yes, they are. I do like Ghost, but there's some Ghost songs that I don't like, but there are some that I do like. But then sometimes I feel like, it's this sound again. Like, I feel like that there's not a lot of variety in the sound. So...
No, I'm not trying to convert you. I'm not trying to convert anyone. I don't believe that human beings can convert other human beings.
Yeah, we do believe that when he fed the 5,000 that was just talking about men, and that that there were also women and children there. So.
10 to 15,000. Fly.
Wait, does that mean there's a child on the way?
How did I get sucked in?
What did you say that made it sound like there was a child? Oh, because I've gained weight. No, it's just that I love eating. We would love to have a child, but...
Yeah, it's just a normal chatting fireside at this point. Why the Nietzsche hate? I just spent 20 minutes talking about how I loved and appreciated Nietzsche. I always quote Nietzsche favorably.
Yeah. It's
the modern atheists that hate Nietzsche because they won't read him. Here you have the Christian saying, please, atheists, please read Nietzsche. I love Nietzsche.
Ultimate Musing loves wearing the Sori Secret shirt. It's comfortable, right?
That Sori Secret shirt is badass, man. I love it.
And we made sure we got the comfy shirts because I'm like, I don't like feeling like I'm got a paper shirt on. Like, I want it to be cozy.
No one listens to you, Vin. I've decided. Yeah.
Who is that, Lilo again?
I'll say, like, grass is green. Somebody be like, I don't understand why you think that grass is purple. Who told you that the grass is purple? Like, what are you talking about? Ooh, a question you recommend. Why do miracles happen to the wrong people? That's a very good question. God. Nietzsche is dead. Nietzsche is dead. God.
Well, we have a different perspective than God does. So the miracle that happens to the wrong person, in our opinion, we don't see what God sees. So
grass is subjective, Vin. Right. Grass could be purple, could be brown.
Yeah, that's a Martin.
I like my sword. The action is kind of high, though. I'm not going to lie, though.
You admit it now. On the Martin?
I think I need to change my nick. It's tainted here. It's not tainted. Nietzsche, why is he the sole authority? Sounds like an appeal to authority fallacy for me. I didn't say Nietzsche was the sole authority.
I haven't seen Lucifer, so I don't know.
What I said was that there are some classical thinkers about the implications of atheism that modern atheists are completely, at least the ones that I've talked to, completely don't show any familiarity with. And then when you recommend these people, they will just dismissively brush them off because they saw a 1-hour Sam Harris talk. That's what I'm talking about. Then they'll say things like, atheism has no implications. It's simply the lack of belief in God or gods. When no historic atheist has ever said that. Because Nietzsche and Bertrand Russell and the rest of them understood that there were massive implications to the idea that there was no God. So most of the time, I'm trying to get atheists to read other atheists who have done the mental wrestling to deal with the issue. So it's not an appeal to authority. Ugh. Good Lord.
All right, guys. That's it.
You guys are
next Christmas opening video is soon.
You guys are tolerable Christians. Thank you. Thank you for that. The Klansman vid was awesome. Thank you for that.
Bye, video dude.
Vin, cannot you forget about Christians, Islam, atheists, and focus on human beings and live your life this way? No, I can't, because
bye, Angel.
That
have a dope-ass day, too.
What if the condition is outside of God? What if I only want a relationship if person X is in location Y? What if that's the important part? You know, one of my favorite sermons was called Negotiations for Peace. And so it's kind of like this idea of like man and God are at war with each other, and then like you know how like in Vikings somebody will come in the middle and there'll be negotiations for peace. I think you need to start the conversation there. I think you need to start at negotiations for peace, and I think that even though it's wrong, that God would condescend to have that discussion with you. Sori has legs, believe you me. He has them. They're very long. And scrumptious. Thank you, MDeath fan. I can't wait to talk to you again. If you go to heaven and son daughter goes to hell, you will be comfortable watching your loved one in pain forever and frustrated. Hell no, I wouldn't be comfortable. I already told you people I can't stand the concept of hell. Mm-hmm. And no, I wouldn't. It's an inconceivable reality to me. I wouldn't want to talk about it. Next subject. But no, I wouldn't. No. I would rather not exist. I'll only say it this way. The way that my mind is right now, and my kids, I would rather not exist than exist in heaven with them in hell. Yeah. You say it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
I can't even think about it. Literally, like, in 2 minutes, I'm going to hang up this thing and go hug my kids and probably play a game of Madden with them just because you asked that question. Literally.
I wish you hadn't asked that question.
What a fucked up situation. God almighty. Yeah, it's a problem, man. Because I'm 1,000% confident that we're all going to be with them, but there's some Christian parents that are not. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you watch that happening. I don't think that happens. I think they're in another dimension, but it's a serious problem for sure. I don't like that idea. And I'm not. You didn't do anything wrong by asking that question, MDeath fan. It's an important question. I'm just being honest about how I feel about it. Hell means death, and I will prove it. Yeah, I mean, there's annihilationism, and it's an option. For sure.
Knowing your kids being in hell makes your heaven a hell anyway. Yeah.
So. Pickaxe, I don't think that he went below the belt at all. I don't think he went below the belt at all. I think it was a valid question because he's saying, all right, Vin, here is a outcome or an implication of your worldview. Have you considered it? So I think that that's fair game. MDeath fan, it's a good question, fair question. It was good. It was asked respectfully. So I just want to let you know that me and you are good. It was a very valid question. It was in bounds. It was respectful. I just reacted that way because I just wanted to be honest. That's all.
Yeah, us and MDeath fan, we go way back.
Oh, forgetting who MDeath fan is. Yeah. Yeah, Pickaxe, I get it. It's just as long as people are respectful and there's actual logical import to the question, then to me it's fair game.
Thank you, Ki.
The qualifications for going to hell are being a sinner, and the qualifications for going to heaven are just wanting God and trusting Jesus. Do you ever get tired about talking about religion? No.
All right, guys.
Never tire of religion. Okay.
That's it.
Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, shalom, blessed be.
Good night.
Whatever way that you, namaste, whatever way that you,
just say good night.
Vaya con Dios, good night, be happy, we love you guys, cannot wait to go full time so we can do this all the time. I'm not going to tell you the frequency because I have an agent.
Good night.
Then out.
Sorry out.
Gone.